Hello, welcome to another episode of Gotta Start Somewhere Regulation F with Pokemon Showdown. Today we are going to play with a new team. I know I haven't mastered the old team definitely. My max is somewhere around the 1300s range, which is definitely not nearly as much as what I have been going for. But I saw this video from Justin Tang that was talking about this team. It is also by the same person who made my old team named Elizabeth, and it made top cut at a online tournament, I think, and it was very interesting and it seemed very much fun because the hyper offensive team, which I always like to play with. Balance and defensive team or the setup team I have a little bit of trouble using because I'm not very well rounded of a player. But hyper offensive I always love. Very straightforward. Hit the attack, kill the enemy. Always fun to do. So this team is well, before I explain about this team, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, comment. Anything helps out with my channel immensely. This team is running. The Torkoal is the star. Running Heat Rock, which makes the sun slower. Sun for more turns. It and actually I ran a couple games with it. Pretty fun. Does very well. There's not a lot of Pelipers. There's some Tornaduses with the Rain Dance that hinders it, but it just literally a little bit weak against that team. But other than that, it does great against most of the other team because they don't really have a way to disrupt my weather. Also running Flutter as a partner, usually comes out as a lead. Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Power Jam with the specs, with the photosynthesis that boosts the speed. Very strong as a beginner, like a lead, just to wreck through most of it. Also running Lilligan Hisuian with the chlorophyll that gets faster, with the heat rock, with the stellar terra, with a lot of attacks and some upper hands to read the fake outs and all that. Also, Walking Wake with Cover Cloak that protects it from fake outs and other things. It is special attack boosted photosynthesis, also gets activated in the sun with the Draco Meteor Hydro Steam Flamethrower that does a lot of damage. Landers doesn't benefit from the sun much, but Sandsear Storm protect. Oh, sorry, not the protect. Sludge Bomb Earth Power to do a lot of damage. Let me just. I think it is only in rain that it bypasses the accuracy check, not in the sun, which is a little unfortunate. But yeah, only in the wind. In the rain. It'll be nice if it did that in the sun, but maybe it will just be too OP. With the also with the Raging Bolt, with the Assault Vest, that does a decent damage and also special attack boosted in the sun as well. I haven't had a chance to use a Snarl properly yet, but I'm looking forward for the day whether that seems appropriate. So, I am going to go over a couple of games that I have played on my own. First, I just wanted to get the feel of the team. I lost like 2 3 games in a row in the beginning, and she'd be like, "Huh, this feels weird. I don't want to show it," and then just show me get wrecked. So I kind of wanted to play a little bit, get a feel of the team. The first is going to be, I think, me winning, and the second one is going to be me losing. So we kind of want to see like the both sides of the coin. Uh, should be very nice to see. And I also didn't want to play the game right now because I don't know when I have to go feed my baby. So I am a little bit on a time crunch here. I might just have to step out in the middle and come back. But you guys are used to that. I hope you guys understand. So the enemy is running Primarina, Basque Legion, Pelipper, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Hatchin, and Dragonite. So this seems like a rain team to me. But spoiler alert, I don't think they run the rain here. I don't think they brought out the Pelipper here. Which, if they did, they would have been in much worse position, not being able to use what my team is based on. But let me just write down the enemy team: Primarina, Basque Legion, Pelipper, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Hatrin. She is known for his trick room and a very strong defensive bulk. Actually, give me a second, I need to cough. I think Hatchin is also very strong special defense as well. With special attack, does it show you? Oh yeah, it is pretty strong defensive, pretty strong special defense, and it's just very slow. Okay, well, that's what it does. And Dragonite. So in the beginning, I thought that they were going to run Pelipper, Basque Legion. I just didn't know how to play with the game, so I think I just let Torkoal and Flutter main. But I think all in all, I should have been probably running Flutter main and Raging Bolt, and bring in Torkoal in the back, and maybe I can switch out the Flutter main into something else, and also a Hisuian Lilligant as well. I've always had a little curious about Hydro Steam as a move, and I think it boosts it by, okay, it's just stronger in Harsh Sunlight. Instead of being loses, okay, in the sunlight. Oh my god, sorry about that. So in realization, I should have brought the Flutter main and the Raging Bolt, and brought in Lilligant and the Torkoal in the back, but I don't think I did that. I was just like, I'm gonna bring out Torkoal and Flutter main, in which case I think it is okay, but if it is in the rain, because my Torkoal is slower, so even if they led the Pelipper Basque Legion, I would have had my son instead, and can bring the Raging Bolt in, switching out the Torkoal, or I could also just Grass Terra, but I'm a little bit scared about the Hurricane, but I doubt the Hurricane is going towards me. It is going towards more of the Flutter main direction. In here, the enemy is running Hatchin and Ursaluna. I'm scared that the Hatchin is going to use the Trick Room with the Ursaluna. So I think I probably Eruption and the Shadow Ball the Hatchin. Is faster. Shadow Ball Hatchin does kill, very strong. Earth Power on Torkoal, so it's even slower than the Ursaluna. So that is something to take note of. I could have Grass Terra here, and I would be able to protect my Torkoal a little bit better. But like I said, it doesn't have many strong hits against the enemy team, so maybe just setting up the sun is enough. Although, like I said, I do want to protect it as much as I can with the potential of Pelipper in the back. Torkoal, against Ursaluna, Oko by Earth Power, and then it is a Life Orb. No, it's not even Life Orb. Primarina comes up with the Raging Bolt, and because I am Specs, I think I can't really hit the Ursaluna anymore, which I want to kill as soon as possible. So I right now can't really hit the Ursaluna. I think I actually Fairy Terra the Raging Bolt and Thunderbolt the Primarina, and I should switch out the Flutter Mane into whatever I have in the back, which I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, it's a Hisuian Lilligant, Terra, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, takes a lot, and then Blood Moon on the Lilligant. That would have killed the Flutter Mane, but now the Flutter Mane is back, and I Dazzling Gleam for the damage, and then Dragon Pulse on the Ursaluna doesn't kill. No, I'm like really not scared that much about the Primarina, but I'm very scared of the enemy Ursaluna. So now I try to do whatever it is to kill it, and I think I vacuum wave because he knows he's going to die. It dies with the Dazzling Gleam, and Dragon Pulse doesn't do anything. And in here, Dragon Knight comes out again. I just Dazzling Gleam and then Dragon Pulse on the Dragon Knight just in case Dazzling Gleam doesn't kill the Dragon Knight, which it doesn't because of the multi-scale, and then Dragon Pulse into the Dragon Knight for the kill, and can't do much against my team, and Thunderclap to close out the game. So yeah, that's usually how this thing goes. I got lucky that they decided to not run the Pelipper Basket Legion. If they did, I would have been in much worse situation. So like I said, probably bringing out these two in the beginning and then switching out the Flutter Mane into the Torkoal for the special attack boost for the Thunderbolt on the Basket Legion is definitely the safe play to go if they ended up leading the Pelipper Basket Legion. If they were running Hatrin and Dragon Knight, I will actually then switch out my Raging Bolt into the Torkoal and then Shadow Bolt on the Hatrin for it to do the same thing as it did before. And it will still have died to the Earth Power by the Ursaluna, but I would still, Torkoal would still die, but I would still get the Sun up instead. That is a way. I don't think I had a way to kill the Ursaluna turn 1. I don't think that is possible. Let me just take a look. Ursaluna Blood Moon, let's say it's not very special defense oriented. And I am running 116 special attack. It is modest or it is timid? It is timid, so I get one. I get specs. That is specs. Let's say I hit the Moonblast on the. Alright, let me go feed my baby. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Who knew that be back in a little bit meant the next day? But here I am, January 3rd of 26. We're going to the second half, the second battle of the match, which we are going to fight against a Tyranitar, Arcanine, Hisuian, and Goldango. Tornadus, the Lichen Rock, and Incineroar. So let's see. Let's try to guess what the enemy would have brought against me. I am going to guess maybe they're going to lead. I kind of remember it leading Lycanroc, I think, but I would definitely lead T-Tar. And because I'm not offensive heavy, maybe T-Tar and Tornadus, or T-Tar and Lycanroc. Because Intimidate really doesn't do much against my team, because I'm very special oriented. So I always run Torkoal, I think, in the beginning. And I will run probably Walking Wake has pretty good stab across the board, and with Raging Bolt probably for the Tornadus. But if Tornadus is not leading, I'm already pretty much screwed. So probably Torkoal, Walking Wake, Incineroar for sure. I'm not sure if Walking Wake wants to go in the front or wants to go in the back. Compared to, but I think because Raging Bolt has pretty bad matchup against everything else except for the Tornadus, I think I do want to bring it down later. So now the fourth, do I bring Landorus? I'd probably bring the Landorus. So these would be the four that I would bring, but I don't think I did that. So the enemy ran Lycanroc and T-Tar, a Torkoal and Flutter main. Now because I'm slower, I get the weather in my advantage. In here, I brought out the Walking Wake, but I definitely could have Grass Terra, Helping Hand, Dazzling Gleam. Would have killed the Lycanroc. That's definitely better. Or it can die. I'm actually worried about Tornadus having Rain Dance. Sorry. My headphones fell. There you go. So probably let's just write down Helping Hand, Dazzling Gleam, should KO Lycanroc, but it might run Sash. Let me just double check. Lycanroc, I do want to bring this down a little bit. Does it have any usage? It doesn't have any usage. Lycanroc, yeah, it's not a very common. Okay, so it runs Sash, so it does actually matter. Okay. But Lycanroc usually runs Sash. So there you go. Rock Slide does decent amount. I think another Rock Slide kills. Yep. With the T-Tar, it does miss. Landorus comes out. Terra Bug. How common is Tyranitar? T-Tar also no. No one? Nope. right? Let me just yeah. All right. T-Tar is also not very common, but a rock endeavor with the sash. Okay, that's what it's going for. Hydro Steam does kill. Sandsear Storm also kills. And now comes out the Incineroar and the Goldengo. Um, Probably faster with against the Goldengo, and Landorus is probably slower against the Goldengo, so probably the better thing to do is Flamethrower Goldengo and then Sandsear Storm. Just in case it doesn't kill. I don't know why I switched out. Fake out doesn't fake it out. Flamethrower on the Goldengo kills. And now I should, and then, oh, that is game. Yeah, that's pretty short game. Alright. And then be like GG. There you go. So that was game number 2. It is pretty short. It's only been what, like 20 minutes since the video. So let's just do one more. Yeah. Share. Let's bring up the last game against a Lucho. The enemy is running a balanced team-ish. It's not running fake outs, double fake outs, but it's a Tornadus team. It is running a Walking Wake. Let's just write this down. Sorry, T-Tar, Black and Rock, Goldengo, Walking Wake, and Ogre Pawn, Heartflame, Sin, Flutter main, and Tornadus, and Raging Bolts. So I am guessing they are going to probably run either Ogre Pawn Flutter main or Tornadus Flutter main, I'm guessing. In that case, I want to bring out Torkoal Raging Bolt and then bring out the Flutter main and Landorus in the back. I think that's what I want to do. Let's see if I did that. I don't think so. Ended up being Tornadus and Walking Wake. So he does bring it. I should always Thunderbolt here, but because of Hydro Steam, I should. But I don't want to waste my Grass Terra, so I'll probably switch out to. No, I don't have anything to take the Walking Wake damage. So actually, maybe that's not how I do it. Maybe that's not the 4 that I bring. That actually has pretty bad implications, right? I do want to bring in the Walking Wake to take some of the damage, and it can also do very well against the Ogre Pawn and Incid. So in this world, and also with the Draco Meteor against the Raging Bolt and the enemy Walking Wake as well. So probably instead of Landorus, I want to bring in the Walking Wake in the back. So Torkoal, Raging Bolt, Walking Wake in the back, and then Flutter main. And that way he can take the water attack coming on the Torkoal, so I switch in the Walking Wake and then Thunderbolt on the Raging Bolt out to the Tornadus. Fairy Terra. Oh yeah, I was scared about the Draco Meteor. Yeah, so I Fairy Terra here, and then I switch out into my own Walking Wake. Because Heat Wave, what is it reasonably going to do? And then now with the walking wake, I have a lot of pressure into Dragon Pulse into walking wake, and my walking wake pressures the Incineroar, and it also has Clover Cloak that the enemy doesn't know. So the Flutter Mane comes out, probably fake, expecting a fake out in this location. Hydra's team does a lot of damage. It is Life Orb walking wake. Let me just write down some damage numbers. Wait, Hydro Steam does 60% to Raging Bolt in Sun. And and then Flare Blitz into Raging Bolt takes it out. And now I want to Landorus, probably Earth Power and Dazzling Moonblast here, probably the better play. Oh, it is faster. Why is this so much faster? What went up? Photosynthesis with the walking wake. Special attack. How is it even faster than my Flutter Mane? Is that even possible? Wait, how fast is walking wake? I'm very curious. Walking wake is 109. Also, that's a timid max speed walking wake. With me that is running 228 speed though with 135. I still don't understand why I am faster. Oh, okay, never mind. The enemy is Tailwind. That's why he was faster. Flare Blitz takes it out. Now I only have Torkoal in the back and the Flutter Mane on the enemy, and that is how I lose the game with one Shadow Ball. Torkoal, Oko, my Flutter Mane, Shadow Ball, special attack boosted. So what could I have done? I could, like I said, I would bring the walking wake in the back to switch out the Torkoal into the walking wake, take that, and couple other things that I can do is and then with that pressure I can Thunderbolt pressure walking wake, and then the Hydro Steam pressure into the Incineroar. That way my Raging Bolt probably does something, because maybe with the Tailwind it's a little hard to do that. Maybe no, I don't think so. I don't think there is anything else. But I'll be able to get an attack off on the Incineroar for the kill. And probably protect here on the Landers. I should have read that the enemy was running Tailwind. And if I knew that, I would just Moonblast and then protect. And save the save the Landers against the Incin. Or switch on into Torkoal. And even so, it's probably hard for me to kill the Flutter Mane as is. With this special attack boosted, I am probably faster with my Flutter Mane, but I am running specs. So Moonblast actually doesn't do that much damage onto the Flutter Mane. Would have to switch out, probably not worth it. Tailwind went off no matter what. And maybe Hydro Steam also doesn't do much. I would have had to save the Raging Bolt or not actually Terra. No, I do Terra Fairy. Terra Fairy, Thunderbolt into the Tornadus. Switch out into the Walking Wing. Maybe, yeah, and then I would Dragon Pulse, Walking Wing, and then Hydra Steam, Incineroar. And if that happens with the Tailwind, I would Hydra Steam goes on Raging Bolt. I kill with my. Am I still faster? How much is Incineroar speed? Is there a way to calculate that? Let's try to figure this out. Walking Awake. Speed is 135. Base is that. I am running. Where is this? Where is my Walking Wake? 244 speed. IV 44, and it has nothing. And Incineroar, that's for the sake of the argument, he is not running any speed because he was pretty slow. And Incineroar is base speed 60, level 50, EV is 0, IV is probably 31 with Tailwind. And I am okay, slower. Oh wow. Wait, is it 100 base speed? Oh, 109. But probably doesn't matter that much, right? Oh, actually, I have beneficial. Still, oh, okay. How faster? Wait, hold on. Oh, it resets. God damn it. Sorry about that. 109, 244, IV 31, beneficial, Tailwind, the base is 60, EV 0, neutral is still slower with the. Okay, so it is still slower. So Raging Bolt would have still died. Hydra Steam kills the Incineroar. And Walking Wake is still alive. And then next turn, probably Flutter comes in, and I will have Walking Wake and what was the other one that I was going to bring? Probably Flutter Me. But with the Tailwind up, probably lost the match. I really don't see a matchup where I can win that. Maybe if I bring the Lilligant with Chlorophyll, do I outspeed on the Tailwind? I don't think I do. I don't think there is anything that I can do. Maybe I have to switch out the Raging Bolt. So right, I kill the Tornadus this turn, and then I switch out the Raging Bolt, and then Hydra Steam into Incineroar, and then maybe I switch out the Raging Bolt into the Flutter Mane, and that might actually be what I do. Instead of Flutter Mane coming out here, I would have Torkoal, Walking Wake, Raging Bolt, Flutter Mane, and Raging Walking Wake switches out to the Torkoal to potentially take the water attack from the Walking Wake, and then Raging Bolt switches out after Terra into the Flutter Mane and takes the Hydro Steam and Flare Blitz and dies. That's not good. Maybe I sack the Torkoal because it's kind of serves its purpose after giving the sun. And then I have this, that Hydro Steam kills the Incineroar, Torkoal dies, so I have Walking Wake, and then I can bring in either the Raging Bolt or have this and the Raging, and then no, Flutter Mane doesn't have anything. Maybe in here will be Flutter Mane, Walking Wake. I can try to double up with my own Flutter Mane and the Walking Wake, shooting for a kill, and then Raging Bolt in the back takes out the Walking Wake. That is something that I can do. That's probably what I would attempt actually. So in here I would bring would have brought Torkoal, Walking Wake, and Raging Bolt, and Flutter Mane, and then switch out as things go. Okay, so that's the plan. At least that will eke out a little bit of more advantage. That's how I would have played. Well, thank you guys very much for sticking through this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next battle. Bye bye.